best of the
Commander.
best.
We got no red race. What's the plan? GSTL. Kaboom, baby! Go on.
Slayers have chosen Brown for the final player, the last player that we will ever see in GSTL for them. And he's got to beat two players. First of all, it's Sniper, and as you said earlier, Calder, you know, if Sniper takes this win, he will have all killed Slayers.
Yeah, indeed. He's probably followed by another Zerg. If Sniper should lose here, DRG is still on the bench. We haven't seen him today, but the MVP team might also decide to send another player out there. That's one thing we might find out if Brown is able to take down Sniper here in this game. The score currently is 4 points for MVP, 3 for Team Slayers. To the left we have the last man standing for Slayers, Brown. To the right, Sniper, who did an amazing job today. Took down Yu-Gi-Oh!, Eve, Arthur and Miso.
So far, so good.
Cloud Kingdom is going to be the map, which leaves Muspelheim for a potential 9th game.
Sniper just looking like he's going to play a defensive game here on Cloud Kingdom. Defend any aggression he faces, maybe be a little bit pressury himself if he sees the third base, and just play the late game. That's what he's been showing in all 4 games so far. And 5 for 5, maybe just what we see.
Yeah, that may indeed be the case. Protoss versus Zerg coming up now here at the GSTL. This is the last stand of Slayers. Slayers team will disband after this team match today. The MVP wins, they have to face LGIM next week. Let's find out if Sniper can pull it off. The game is on. It is Sniper up against Brown here at the GSTL with Color Blue. He's a boss against Zerg. Can he show it today though? The last man standing for Team Slayers. It is to the top right of Cloud Kingdom.
Slayers, Brown!
Slayers Brown with a 10-to-1 win ratio against Zerg was able to defeat players like Life. He defeated Symbol, took down Lucky, defeated so many good Zergs. Can he do it in the booth? The bottom left starts his opponent. It's the Lady Killer. He defeated 4 Slayers players already. This is his 5th game today. It is
MVP, Sniper!
He doesn't care what his target is, he's going to snipe it.
no matter what.
And he is 1 game away, as mentioned before, from that all kill. Slayers really have to be very careful against his opponent now. Don't want him to take too many risks when you're on your final player. Monster kill.
He's going for the hot 6 kill, man.
His teammate Monster's like, please don't kill me.
Ducking away already.
Well, at this point we're going to have a Hatch block here. He has to go pool first. You know, very rarely do you see Hatch first in this matchup, but now he doesn't even have a choice.
Yeah, we only saw it on Grand Lagoon, and this is because the situation allowed it. Now we have him with a normal build, and on the other hand, the main question is, of course, what exactly Brown is going to do. As mentioned before, in the Iron Squid qualifier, he took down Live with a 4-1 in a best of 7. He was able to defeat also players like Symbol, for example, when he faced him in the GSTL. He won against Lucky in the GSL Season 2 Up and Downs. Took down Lucera with a 2-0 in his Code A appearance in 2011. So a very strong player in this matchup.
Yeah.
The main question is he really able to pull it off now in this GSTL match? Sniper has proven to be quite the magnificent opponent today.
He has, and he has such a momentum going for him right now.
Oh, yeah.
So this is not going to be easy. He showed on the earlier Zerg vs. Cross he played against Arthur that he really can hold that immortal pressure really well if he knows it's coming. He knows how to take risks in appropriate ways. I feel like that's kind of how you can sum up Sniper's play today. He takes some risks, but he's pretty much no nonsense otherwise. He likes to play defensively, go for the late game. When he took out Yu-Gi-Oh!, the only player for Slayers otherwise who's been able to get points on the scoreboard, he went for a big attack. And it worked out. He really he knows when to go and when to stay. Very smart player, great decision making.
Should I stay or should I go?
That's on his playlist. That's how he walks the studio, tries to pump himself up. He's trying to figure out which attacks he's going to go for, which ones he's just going to play defensively on.
Getting into the mood right away. Well, right now, of course, what Brown has to do, he has to make a choice here. What kind of push he's trying to execute if he goes for a third base, which is on Cloud Kingdom, always a little bit more difficult than on maps like Ohana or in Tomb Valley. You have to be very careful of where exactly you approach your opponent's army, and it all depends on the decision players that the Zerg player makes. We have the third base, of course, for Sniper. No surprises here. Without gas so far, he goes straight into the third hatch, and here we'll go up to 64 drones. We'll try to anticipate when exactly his opponent's push is going to hit him, and of course what exactly is going on. The first Overlord, the first two are in position, and let's see if Sniper is able to get the scouting information that he needs. He already knows, of course, about the +1 attack.
This map is, you know, if I wanted to rank the best maps to take a third base on against Zerg in order, I would actually start with Entomb, then I would say Ohana, then I would say Cloud Kingdom. I think this map is probably the third best one to take a third base on. You could do it on Daybreak, but on this map, you can wall off your natural really easily, and you can do so much with you having your army at your third. I really like this map for taking third bases, but so far using some Chrono Boost on that Forge, indicating he does want to be aggressive. He's also got those 2 refineries going down now at his natural. The Overlord sees one of them.
And right now we have the additional gas being dropped for Sniper. He gets now his first gas, will then start off, of course, with Lair Tech, with speed for the Zerglings, and going for this Roach speed that he needs in order to crush early attacks, especially with Immortals. But we don't really have a tech choice just yet. The Overlord's still hovering and trying to find out what's going on, whereas now we have the additional gateways for Brown. Only 2 of them so far.
We have an extra Overlord coming in as well to the north. I think that may have been a misrally, but now he's got double in there.
Twilight Council tech.
Twilight Council is a really interesting choice here. We may see DTs.
Yeah, he's hidden the Twilight Council. This is not something that the Overlord is likely to see here. He's already being attacked by 1 Sentry and the Stalker. He will have no idea that there's a Twilight Council. But a very fast tech here for Lair. This is actually the first 100 gas that he mined, goes straight into the Lair tech. He's not wasting any time with the speed for the Zerglings, just now starting it as he has the second 100 mineral gas that he mined. So with this timing, if it's actually some kind of build with the teats, which becomes highly unlikely right now, we would see Overseers right away.
You're right. With the Robo, like you said, it becomes unlikely because you want to get that Observer out. So this is going to be the +2 Blink Stalker Observer build that was really popularized by Any Pro Prime and Hongen forever ago.
That build was everywhere for a few months, wasn't it?
It was just like everybody was doing it. People found out that as a Pro player, you have a lot of tools you could use, and they put them all together. Now, because he's hitting the Twilight Council, he could fake this third base and then go for the attack. He could also keep the base.
Yeah.
That's also fine.
If you take the third base here, you want to have Blink because it depends a little bit on what exactly you're facing. But if it's a Zerg, for example, decides, okay, I'm going to go for a Spire here, you want to have Blink so that you can bounce between the bases and can actually properly defend it.
So far, the Overlord sees the pylon next to Nexus, and actually does have vision of the Nexus as well, so he knows about it. And he starts his Infestation Pit as a reply, and may even take a 4th. That's something he can easily do here. Server misses the Overlord there. It was a close call.
Yeah, that was a lucky Overlord. The speed for the Ling is nearly done. Of course, Road Speed has been started as soon as the Lair Tech was completed. And now the Harvester count for our Zerg player is up to roughly 70. Whereas on the other hand, we have currently a probe count of 55 for the Protoss, who is still, of course, using a lot of his Chrono Boosts, and has the double probe production going on, and +2 about to finish. Using this wall already, the Nexus being a part of it.
He cancels one cannon. I guess that was kind of blocking him off a little bit there. He's going to have to cancel one of these gateways. He can immediately use a Force Shield to replace it, though. He will have to cancel a second one. Nice cancels there.
Well done. Not losing a single one of them.
But, you know, it's been a while, actually, since we have seen a third base taken in this studio, in this matchup. I mean, the most Korean pros right now are doing 2-base timing attacks, and I'm really curious to see how this one is going to be played out by Brown here in the late game. The thing is, the Zerg player knows about everything. He's forced some cancels. He's been very annoying with this small group of units. Those Force Shields were not energy efficient, but he will actually clean up 2 roaches. Makes it okay.
Stopped his probe production at 61. and adding a lot of gateways here.
Yeah.
4 additional gateways. The +1 armor upgrade is already on its way.
With this probe out here, it looks like he's going to hit that 3-base timing that we've talked about. You know, I feel like the person who did this first time I saw it exactly like this was Night End, and he's going to lose a lot of sentries here.
Yeah, the sentries are definitely going to suffer quite a bit here. Night End, on the other hand, played a little bit different with 2 Colossi that he added to his move, but with only the Blink Stalkers, we had Seed using it.
Yeah, Seed is the Blink Stalker guy, for sure. This Pylon will die. Will he save the probe? I don't think so. Well, he was able to do it, so now a new Pylon can be started, but he doesn't have a Warp Prism with this.
This is a pretty strong gateway attack that he has, and this armor upgrade will of course help him quite a lot. At this point, we only have +1 armor about to be done for the Zerg player. Sniper is struggling a little bit. The 4th base here is of course something that he won't be able to hold, but the 3rd, that's another issue. Will he really be able to crush this 3rd with now 7 Infestors about to spawn?
Well, if he doesn't go now, I think he absolutely will not. Maybe he'll just turn around here, though, with the damage he's done. And when he sees the Infestors with that Observer, what's he going to do? He's making 4 more Stalkers. I don't think he can blink in there. I like this. A small blink forward. That's a great little pick off there. But see, now he doesn't quite have enough.
He's trying to move in now, but another Infestor dies. These Stalkers on the high ground, they are so efficient. They take down another one. Oh no, the Transfuse actually saves it. Really well done. But the rest of the units on the low ground are now on the run, and these Fungals make sure that they can't escape.
Yeah, I feel moving in here was a big overstep. And now he's overstepped his boundaries. He's going to lose so many Stalkers on the retreat path. He's forced to warp them in here to protect the Stalkers he already has. He will clean this up, but that was a much better trade for Sniper, who can now remake his 4th. He's got the Infestors out. He can rebuild that energy.
Sniper is just like a force of nature here. It's this giant wave of units that just sweeps everything away in its path.
Yeah. I mean, his defense is always so solid. He's trying to get these Spine Crawlers up. The next wave is probably something he didn't expect. He probably expected his opponent to actually go home and transition, but he knows that it's going to be really hard to actually fall back from here.
His supply lead is just taking...
It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's really terrifying. I mean, he's getting 26 additional Zerglings right now. He's going for more Roaches. He has the upgrades by now. He's moving in. And nice Blink once again, trying to pick off these Infestors. Great job so far.
Yeah, and he actually make it out with that wave of Stalkers as well. And he's making 2 more go down.
Great micro here by Brown.
Yeah,
putting them into a corner.
Exactly.
He corners them and takes them down. All these Infestors that Sniper suddenly lost. That was a huge loss. So much resources.
I don't know if it's going to be enough still, though. I mean, he's still got a massive deficit to overcome. He's going to need to use good force fields here and zone out some of these Roaches. Doesn't trap him, traps the Changeling. But he's got the 3rd base. His robotic support bay is done. He starts that Colossus now, but that's what the Spire is for. He's remaking not only the 4th base, also takes a 5th. He knows that if the Prost Death Ball moves out again, he can only get 1 hatchery, not 2 this time.
Expands to the left side, as you already mentioned, takes his 4th again and goes for the Spire, upgrades everything. But still, Brown on 3 bases with 70 probes is in a position where he has a good economy going for him. He's trying to transition into Colossi now with extended thermal range just now being researched. +2 attack is done, the +2 armor upgrade is on its way. It's been chrono boosted and therefore it will hit very soon. He will have the upgrade advantage here. Definitely, that one's for sure. But Sniper, on the other hand, with the economy that he now has, with all these bases, he's going for the Hive Tech. He wants to go into Brood Lords later on.
I'm surprised we saw +2 armor before +2 weapons for cross attack upgrades. That's really interesting.
+2 weapons done.
Yeah, I mean, for +3, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
He went 2-2 before going 3-1, is basically what I'm trying to say. Gets that Observer there with the Fungal. Now, the Corruptor count is going to be exactly what he wants. He trades enough units where he can fit them. He's going to get 7 of them out here. Even going up to an 8th one now as he makes a few Spore Crawlers and cancels them. So, this is a situation that now all the cards are in Sniper's table, and at this point Brown has to figure out how to move forward. Does he try to fight this army and go for a counterattack? If he waits too long, he's going to face Broodlords. He doesn't have the ability to take a 4th base right now, so what does he do?
It's tricky for him. We even have the oversupply now for Sniper, which is kind of funny. At 201. I think the most that I've ever seen was something around 230. And now the double Colossus production going to hit very soon with the 2nd robotics facility starting. He even upgrades he upgrades the Greater Spire right now. We have Graviton. Not Graviton, we have speed for the Warp Prisms.
Drive.
Yeah, Gravitic Drive. We're gonna see no Graven Beam here. That doesn't make any sense. I'm like, what?
Gets like grab a
Neuroparasite really early. He wants to make sure that he can work against the Mothership.
That War Prism was not.
The Fungals are out and the Zerg army starts to commit. Streams in from every single angle, but a bit of a weird approach here.
The Corruptors were gone during this fight, so the Colossi did a ton of extra damage. Now the Corruptors are dead weight. He's got an opportunity here to go for a counterattack, but he doesn't have a forward pylon. That's his biggest problem. So even though this was a decent trade, the Zerg still has an insane economy.
Yeah, at this point, Sniper could have done better with the engagement. On the other hand, he didn't lose his important units. He didn't lose the Corruptors that he wants to transform into Broodlords, and he did not lose his Infestors. So this was quite important. He took down the Colossi, which is really important for him here. So there are only Gateway units left, so it's still fine. Maxing out again, and with the Infestor count that he has, he can now use the Fungals against the Stalkers within range of the Spinecrawlers.
Feel attacking here was a bit of a mistake. Attacking behind the hatchery to try to pick off drones to deny mining would have been a little bit more effective. He takes the fight, arguably, here, but now I think he needs to go around the backside, protect that pylon, start to pick off drones with his Colossi and his Stalkers. That's exactly what he's going to do here, because it's really hard for Sniper to actually move into position to defend this, but that's why he has that base that we talked about earlier over to the left side. And he can just send his drones there.
Yeah, let's not forget about the Broodlords. We have another base to the bottom right now, one to the left side that you just mentioned, and therefore he has a lot of potential for mining. Here come the Zerglings and of course the Broodlords.
Flanks those Stalkers back. Nicely done.
He needs Fungals here. The fourth base now is gone, but the one thing that Brown doesn't know of are the two bases that are still left.
Yep. He's going to actually sack these Zealots to try to catch the Lings. He may even turn around with his Colossus a little bit. Trying to fight the whole army, though, is not going to be something that he wants to do. You're right, he doesn't know about the other bases, and if he knew, I think he would send a group of Stalkers, maybe even Zealots. The thing is, Sniper actually is not mining from those. He's not actually utilizing the extra hatcheries that he has.
Yeah, so far he's only building units at these positions. He's not really mining. He's down to 68 Harvesters against 71. I really like that he is always taking care of his upgrades. He's going for this high amount of Infestors now, going for 14, trying to build even more of them. And he still has control over the map. He's working up his bank again now that he's maxed out like for the third time, building another base at the fourth, and he tries always to just whittle down the stock count of his opponent, making sure that the Stalkers are not getting too cheeky, not blinking forward and trying to get under the group.
This is insane blink control from Brown, though. I am so impressed.
Yeah.
He's not getting very many Fungals off, but the thing is, this army looks like it may be too much. The Broodlords are now starting to close in. Like you said, the Stalker count is whittled down. He needs to warp in a few more if he wants to fight this army. The probes are out in the middle of nowhere.
He just doesn't have anything against the Broodlords. This is his biggest problem. He only has the Stalkers, and the Stalkers, there are just not enough of them. The ground support is too good, but these blinks against the Infestors,
GG, and
they are not what he needs.
That is the end. Sniper takes the all-kill. He has single-handedly eliminated this team in their final hour.
It is the third all-kill for Slayers. Is it actually in a row? I think it is.
Yes.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's the third all-kill that Slayers had to suffer in a row. This is the end of an era, ladies and gentlemen. The Slayers team is gone.
You're so right. That's it. And Sniper looks pretty happy about his win. You know, he took a lead in all of his games early on by playing defensive, doing a great job with his patience and making the right decisions. No real flaws or mistakes in his play today. I feel like the players who played against him were not the best players Slayers necessarily had to offer, but they showed a wide variety of players today.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama, therefore we don't have players like Alicia on the bench today. Riang and MMA are also not here. Genius did not play. The players that we've seen, they put in as much effort as they could. They played great games, especially Yu-Gi-Oh! With the three wins early on. In the end, it is Sniper though. He defeats the Slayers team, doesn't drop a single map, and therefore all kills. Is definitely going to get the MVP here, but still, it's a sad story. It's great for Team MVP. They are advancing now. They will play LGIM. And for Slayers, it's just a little bit sad.
It is certainly a little bit sad for them. And we are going to have roaches attacking something somewhere in the studio.
Legend, stop lettering.
But we're going to have an interview, actually, and I think that Jessica probably has a lot to say.
Yeah.
And
let's have a quick look at the results
here
first.
are the results.
Here they are.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Looking unstoppable at first. He took out 3 separate players.
Yeah.
Then he hit Sniper, and Sniper was able to eliminate Yu-Gi-Oh!, Eve, Arthur, Miso, and finally was able to take out Brown, taking the all-kill, eliminating Slayers single-handedly there.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was angry today. Sniper turned out to be a lady killer. Made Eve cry.
He did.
It was a very emotional game that we had today. A very emotional team match. A lot of good games, a lot of entertaining matches that we've seen.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking to see the Slayers team going down like this.
It's hard to believe that actually this is going to be the last time you see that name on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
You see the last time you see that clan tag at the beginning of someone's name, you know? Well, actually, that's not true because people will probably still use the tag in the future like Boxer once did. But as an official team, they are going to be no more.
A lot of fans in the studio, and as already said on Jessica's Twitter and mentioned before, they are going to hand out a lot of the jerseys that they have.
Yep.
And the fans, they appeared in huge numbers. It's so crowded, the studio outside where we have additional screens for the audience. Everything's packed.
Yeah, it's insane. There's so many people. Everyone's starting to stand up. In fact, it looks like there's a bunch of people trying to find and attack me, but actually they're just all fans of StarCraft.
Yeah, this match is of course not only about the winner, which is MVP. They also mentioned in the interview, especially Killer, who's currently the coach today, he said that it's really a bit of a sad hour, but they want to win this. They want to, of course, face LGIM next week. So this is a bit of a... Yeah, it has a bit of a twist today, and just makes me sad. It's like...
It is, you know, it's hard to talk about. Here's our interview. Of course, this is for our winners. The MVP, well, it could be no one other than Sniper, of course.
Has to be him.
It's like the other, it's like, when Noble S lost, that's when we knew that we were going to win this league. It's got to be Noble S.
3명이나 앞에서 질 줄은 몰랐는데 부담은 굉장히 컸고요. 오늘은 다행히 이겨서 올킬 명단.
He didn't really expect 3 of his players of his team to lose today, so that's why he really felt pressured when he started to play. But he was quite happy when he realized that he could do it and when he finally achieved the all-kill.
박소 선수의 반응은 또 어땠나요?
뭐 아직 얘기를 안 해봐서 잘 모르겠고요.
네.
뭐 저는 아직 별로 안 했기 때문에 승률이 높은 거라 생각해요.
그렇군요. 다음 주 최종전 어떤 팀이 올라오고 있는지 알고 계시나요?
네.
어떤 팀이죠?
IM.
맞습니다. 바로 LG IM인데요. LG IM
He now has the best record in the GSTL for his team. He actually even overcame DRG's record in the GSTL.
네, 뭐 다 똑같은 팀이라고 생각을 하고 뭐 우리 팀도 굉장히 세다고 생각을 해요.
두 팀 모두 강력한 팀이다. 네, 그렇군요. 다음 주
And well, even though LGIM is a very strong team, he thinks that MVP will be able to take down MVP and advance in next week's match.
네, 안녕하세요.
And here is, of course, Killer standing in for Coach Shui today.
좋은 뜻이죠. 자, 오늘 감독님 역할 대신하셨잖아요. 이겨서 기분이 좋으실 것 같은데 어떠신가요?
일단 기분이 좋다기보다 좀 다행스럽고요. 감독님 없는 자리에서 만약 지게 될 경우 좀 부담감이 컸어요.
He's relieved that our team was able to win today.
그렇군요. 처음에요. 3대 0으로
I was a little bit nervous
잖아요.
because I was the substitute for the coach today. That can be very stressful, of
일단
course.
3대 0으로 졌을 때 뭐 어떤
sure he's
Especially
really
when you're suddenly down 3 maps.
I'm sure he's really happy he decided to pick Sniper today.
Yeah.
생각하는 건 당연한 거라고 생각하기
I guess
때문에
so.
저희 팀 선수들이 뒤에 남아있는 선수들 중에서도 쟁쟁한 선수들이 많이 남아있어서
When we were down 3-0,
그렇군요. 다음
I thought that we
주에요.
might
LG
lose.
IM과 사랑 티켓을 두고 또 싸우게 됩니다.
But the last two players,
아까 제가 말씀드린 것처럼 좀 만만치 않은
that we
팀이거든요.
chose were
이기고
obviously
사강에 갈
the aces of the team, he
자신이
says,
있으시겠죠?
and so he felt
일단
confident with
자신도
them, and
있고요.
obviously they came
그리고
through for the
처음부터
team.
달려왔던
And the end.
이유는 우승을 하기 때문이기 때문에 그냥 이기고 올라가겠습니다. 네.
이기고 올라가겠다. 네, 또 좋은 결과가 있길 바라고요.
Our goal is to become champion for this season, so we're going to try to win in the final match to win the final match to advance to the semifinals to get out of the group.
마지막으로 또 각오 한번 들어볼까요?
일단 저희 팀 MVP 팀이 지금 우승을 한지 좀 시즌이 좀 오래됐어요.
네.
그래서 이번에 제가 이 시즌부터 새로 합류하게 되었는데
It's been a long time since Team MVP was in the champion or was the champion of
그래가지고 그
GSTL.
우승을 시킬 수 있도록 최선을 다할 테니 좀 많은 노력과 응원 부탁드립니다.
네, 많이 아마 응원해 주실 겁니다. 자, 이상여
So
슬레이스를
now I'm in this
꺾고
team, and I'm going to do my best to contribute to the team.
자, 비록 그리고
to help
오늘
the team
경기는
improve in the
졌지만요.
future.
열심히 해주신 우리 슬레이스 팀들에게도 감사드리고요. 이 슬레이스
So there you have it. Those are the final words, of course, of the MVP team who have slain Slayers here.
Yep.
In the final moments of their existence.
And well, let's have a quick look at next week's matches. One of them, of course, being MVP versus LGIM. Here they are.
Yep. And you can see that Epic's Open will face Prime on November 9th. And last but not least, the LGI versus MVP match that you just mentioned will be on the 10th. So this is going to be, of course, next week. And the winner of these matches will face firstly TSL on the 23rd, and then on the 24th we'll have StarTale up against the other side.
Really, really strong teams that we have left in the GSTL. The season so far has been great, and the rest of the matches promises to be very exciting too.
Yep. And I suppose that is going to be it for us for today.
Yeah, I'm actually not quite sure how we are going to proceed from now on. I think there has to be something with the Slayers team now. I don't know if that's going to be on camera, if we will have anything special right now.
Don't forget about Code S, of course, starting again next season, Group E. Nice lineup of players going down there, and of course Code S will go on all week. Then on Friday and Saturday, as we just mentioned on screen, that's going to be GSTL. So we've got StarCraft all week long, except for Sunday. You can take that day off and watch some other streams. But I think that does it for us for today.
Yeah, I actually think so too. It looks like we are done for the day, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the matches. Make sure to follow the two of us on Twitter as well. And he's at ProxyWolf. I'm at Color with a KH. And Slayers, it was the last and final hour for them. They lost to Team MVP, who advances. We are done for the day. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.